So I've started a new sketchbook to do some animal drawings in for a possible book project that I want to do. I wanted to be able to play and experiment while I work on figuring out the style of illustration that I wanted to do for the book. Before I start stylizing an animal, sometimes I like to draw it realistically so I can study and subconsciously retain the important elements, qualities, and characteristics of a specific animal. I'm using a smaller sketchbook. It's approximately 5 by 8 inches with multimedia paper. This one has no brand or writing in it or description about the paper, but it's been a great little sketchbook so far. I usually test the paper on the back page to see how different mediums will work with the paper. It gives me a good idea of what I want to use in the sketchbook as far as different mediums go. I'm starting out with 2 different animals that I don't think I've ever really drawn much in the past, so I definitely wanted to start with the realistic drawings first. The first animals are monkeys. I did some quick studies in Conte of some different poses, some close-ups, some showing the face, and others are poses in motion of the whole body. In doing both, it really helps me to understand the skeletal and muscle structures underneath the animal that make the poses and movements of it look natural, at least more natural. So drawing a close-up of the animal's face helps in understanding their facial expressions, emotions, and specific features as well. In looking at and drawing these animals, I find that subliminally, I learn their anatomy and special characteristics, which really helps in creating authentic stylized animals. I chose 2 different poses for the giraffe drawings. Again, one full body and one more of a close-up. I'm also working on Conte again, keeping it loose and really enjoying the process. I find I have a lot of projects on the go right now, including this book, so I'm trying to be very intentional about how I spend my time so that I can actually see progress on the projects and not get lost or confused around what my different priorities are. I'm working on this project right now, trying to work out illustrations for the story. I'm also writing another book. It's a YA novel, and I'm just having so much fun with it. I love the freedom of total creativity you have in writing and illustrating. There's just something so exciting and magical about it. I bought a really nice large notebook with this beautiful paper, and I've dedicated that to creating the book. So I'm adding different notes, ideas, research, drawings, and anything else that inspires me into this notebook. I have a really fun group of characters and a magical storyline, and it's just so much fun to work on. I'll share more about it and maybe even give some sneak peeks into the notebook in the future. I'm working on creating art videos for this channel, and I'm also creating a stationery line of products and working on getting that out to more shops as well. I'm also working on putting together a new portfolio of children's illustrations so that I can apply to agents. I have a few other children's stories that I've written too. That's kind of on the back burner right now, applying to the agents while I work on my artwork, books, and brands, but it's an ultimate goal for me for sure. I also really want to work on a collection that I could maybe get into galleries. It's ambitious because of the time and challenges of getting into a gallery, but I'm very passionate about a themed body of work that I really want to find some time for. They'd be oil paintings that are based more on realism but mixed with illustration, so I'm pretty excited about that too. I really wanted this sketchbook to have lots of color, so I've decided to add in some contrasting colors with jelly gouache around the giraffe, just to give it a more graphic, stylized look. Lastly, I'm working on creating a Patreon for my fellow artists. There is actually a full and complete tutorial of this giraffe drawing that I'm doing right here, where I talk more about my process, how I'm doing the drawing, and what I'm thinking about as I'm actually doing the drawing, like why I'm doing certain things that I'm doing. And it's on my Patreon right now for free if you're interested in seeing that at all. I don't have any paid membership levels on it right now, and I'll be adding more things for free, and then when I'm sort of ready to have more and add more monthly, then I'll have some other paid memberships with some different things on there as well. So staying organized and focused is quite a priority for me right now as I work on all these different projects and try to make sure that I'm seeing progress in the right things and in the right direction as well. I've already started to stylize some of the monkeys in the spread. The feet and hands on the orange monkey are elongated, and the colors are just for fun and contrast really. I painted the background first in a pale pink using acrylic paint, and then drew and painted over that I really enjoyed doing this spread. It was fun to draw different species of monkeys in all these different poses. For the second drawing, I wanted to do a close-up of the giraffe and study their facial features a little more closely. I really love this photo. The perspective is from underneath the giraffe, so you get the feeling of height this way. I also really like this specific giraffe. I think it's a younger animal and it just looks so sweet. I'm using Conte again and starting with the basic form of the face, making sure I capture the proper perspective and characteristics. Honestly, I just love drawing animals. I could just sit and draw them every day and be quite happy. I studied them a lot as a kid, just independently, and also drew them often when I was growing up. I thought actually that I might be a veterinarian or biologist when I was a kid, but alas, art won out. I became an artist. I did start a sketchbook last summer that's completely dedicated to birds. I'm really excited about it, and I'm planning to paint all the different birds we see here at our house. We live in the country, and so we have quite a few different birds that live in the area. Last year we had a red-shouldered hawk that I had to help the robins scare away numerous times. We've had a golden eagle, cardinals, cedar waxwings, a woodcock, goldfinch, woodpeckers, barn owls, and many more other birds as well. As I work in that sketchbook, I'll share the process on my channel too. I really enjoy just working intuitively in my sketchbook with these drawings, choosing a medium that works for the subject and keeps it simple, or adding more detail or colors if I feel the urge. Sometimes I'll use a medium that I've been wanting to experiment with, or I might try something new and just see where it goes. Because this sketchbook was so expensive at $8, I'm not worried at all about making a mistake or doing something I like, so I feel like I have a lot of freedom in it. I have no expectation to make a masterful piece of art. I've just dedicated the sketchbook to rough drawings and conceptual designs for my book, having fun and experimenting. I've really been enjoying it. I have about another 14 or so different animals that I want to draw and play with in the sketchbook, so I'll be sure to film some more of those as well and share the process with you too. Going back to drawing realistic animals is really relaxing for me. It's great practice, and it feels so nice to just sit and draw animals with no specific expectations. Although you don't need to have a theme at all for your sketchbook, I was recently looking through all of my different sketchbooks, and I have really way too many on the go all at once here. But what I did realize is that I have them all organized by some kind of theme. Sometimes it depends on the paper and quality of the sketchbook as to how I've decided what I want to do in them. This one was great for this purpose because it's a smaller size and it's multimedia paper. I have another nicer sketchbook with heavier multimedia paper, and I find that I keep doing more finished paintings in it, and I just can't seem to help myself from doing that. I'm not sure if you do that as well, but I find that the quality or the expense of the sketchbook and the paper type really just keeps me, doing specific type of art. So it's one reason why I have different sketchbooks. I also have a really nice Strathmore watercolor sketchbook that I've hardly done anything in, just some paintings at the cottage so far. I have the bird sketchbook, again just another smaller, cheaper sketchbook. I also have 3 sketchbooks that have really nice smooth paper in them. So I've dedicated them towards being a conceptual ideas and drawing sketchbook, being a sketchbook where I basically just draw people or portraits, things like that. And then the last one I've just dedicated to my gallery series and ideas. So for right now, I'll use them for that. Getting back to painting the giraffe, I really love these colors with the Conte. It's a nice contrast and it really makes the drawing pop nicely. I've had a lot of fun, not only just doing the drawings as studies and for a very specific purpose, but also making the pages in my sketchbook look nice and feel satisfying too. Let me know, how many sketchbooks you have and how you organize them and what you use them for, and maybe how you sort of push past the self-imposed restrictions that I know a lot of artists put on themselves because of the sketchbook cost or paper or all those different things. I've just tried to kind of push through and use them as I can. So let me know if you have any ideas around that too. The one stipulation I do have for my sketchbooks that I actually want to mention, I do try and make sure that they all have acid-free paper. I don't really care as much about the quality of paper for the cheaper ones, but I want to make sure they're acid-free, just so that any effort, time, work that I put into them will hopefully last a little bit longer. So from here, I'm going to work on some more stylized drawings of giraffes and monkeys for the characters in my books, and I can then lean on the muscle memory that I've created from doing these studies. I find it's a really great way to just sort of work through different ideas and keep moving forward when maybe you get stuck or you're not sure what you want to do with a project, and also to keep me drawing even on a daily basis, because it's pretty easy. I'm just sort of following a formula every day to keep moving forward. So I hope this video helps and gives you some ideas and just thoughts, or was just entertaining to watch. And if you have any thoughts or ideas about how you use a sketchbook, let us know. I think it'd be really helpful to hear what everybody's doing and thinking as far as that goes. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.